How you love that? I made that guy my bitch.
Hopefully. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Pelican 1 preparing to depart. Shuttle launch in 20 seconds. Reinforcement budget depleted.
Guys, watch this. Oh my god! Oh, they just broke through. I'm out of here. I'm going back to Rocket. Get out of there, Rocket. Yeah, that was your boy. That was your boy. And these things will go in the water. They're not afraid of it. I don't know where this guy is. Oh, fuck! Nope.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh
Nope.
shit, oh shit, oh shit,
Nope.
oh shit!
Nope. Oh shit. I'm dead for sure.
What's your samples?
What's that? I grabbed these samples.
Right. Get me in. Give me a real gun. If you have one up.
Come on, come
Negative
on.
7 minutes.
Sucker. Dasha. I saved you.
Never mind, I got him.
What up, y'all? Welcome into the stream. We are about 20 minutes from Marathon going live. And this just, we're going to do a premium stream for the actual React once the trailer starts. Just because I don't want to gatekeep my regular streams. I haven't seen a lot about this game. The art style looks a little weird. So I really don't know what to expect. It's going to be Bungie's new game. I don't think they put anything out since Destiny 2. So it should be, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm excited, though. It should be good. But I figured I'd hop on a little early just to kind of chat. So the only people who are able to watch this stream right now are subscribers on YouTube and Rumble Premium members. I mean, once the actual React stream goes live. And I've been in talks with some of the Rumble people to, like, some of the Rumble higher-ups to get the opportunity to talk to them about Rumble Premium, about the creator program in March, some suggestions, some of my thoughts in a setting where I think most of the time the vast majority of people they talk to are either yes men or suck ups or ask the wrong questions. So I'm hoping I get that opportunity. They said I would, but you know, it's April 12th and it still hasn't happened yet, so we'll see. We also just changed all the alerts for all platforms. Everything is uniform now. Everything is new. We have 3D alerts for everything from follows to subs to gifted subs, Rumble Premium subs, memberships, raids, hosts, donations, everything. We revamped the Discord. So, like, I basically removed well over 100 people from the TACETMORT3M community Discord because they just weren't active in it. And I'd rather have a smaller community that's active rather than a big number, but the people don't really talk in it. So we did that. We changed the PFP, the profile pic for every platform, the banners for every platform to kind of fit in with the website redesign that happened last year. It took a long time to get everything done, but we finally did. Took a lot longer than I originally expected it would, but we finally did get everything done, and now we can move on to different stuff. So I'm going to be doing a lot more vertical content, trying to focus on games that I'm going to be playing, trying to funnel some of these different audiences into the channel. So like Dune Awakening is going to be a big game for the channel. I'm going to be playing it a lot. So I want to start doing content on it now. It sucks because Rumble doesn't have vertical content. So it doesn't get posted there. But for every other platform, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. They get all the vertical content that I'm starting to do for Dune, as well as some gaming news, and cover events like this, like Marathon and things like that. So I'm hoping to funnel more people into the channel who are interested in those games. And we just beat Atomfall yesterday, which was such a good game. Like, such a good game. It's such a surprise. Like, I thought it would be okay. Like, I thought it would be pretty good, but it was even better than I expected it to be, which was cool. That was pretty dope. Cool story, like a lot of mystery, even after beating it and getting the good endings, quote unquote. There's still a lot of questions I have about the game. Like, you know, who is who, and who are the good guys and who are not the good guys, and are there any good guys? But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and it was very cool playing kind of like a British Fallout. So that was fun. That was really cool. And the next game we're going to be playing is South of Midnight. So this is a game that I didn't really know it, but I guess it was supposed to be a woke piece of trash. And while the game, you know, I watched like the first hour of the game being played. I watched somebody play the first hour of the game, and it looked fun to me. It looked like a game that really kind of celebrates the American South, celebrates some of the traditions of the American South. I went to college in the South, and the South kind of has a special place in my heart because of, I don't know, you know, maybe it's the time I spent in college down there, but something I love about the South. It was probably like one of my favorite times in my entire life was when I was in college in the South. And it's just different. The South is different than, like, I live in California. I was born and raised in California, and the South is just different. In mostly good ways. People are just a lot nicer in the South, and the game South of Midnight seems to take a lot of the folk tales of the South and kind of blends them into this story about this girl who finds out she has some kind of powers and stuff. It's kind of a platformer, and it's a pretty short game too. Like, I should be able to beat it in a day or two max. But it looks cool. It looks cool, and I want to play it. And then after that, we'll probably finish Stalker 2, because I never did beat Stalker 2. I was in the middle of Stalker 2, and Marvel Rivals kind of took over my life for like a month or two. I don't know. It took my life over for a little while. So we're going to go back and finish that. And then we're probably going to go finish Ghost of Tsushima. Hey, what's up, Sly? What's up, Natine? Sorry, I didn't see your guys' messages. I'm kind of paying attention to the Rumble. I had the Rumble Premium thing maximized because you have to click a button in order to go premium, so I wasn't looking at chat. See, briskets bring people together. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about the South, the game looks really cool, you know? And like I said, a lot of the press surrounding the game is said it's supposed to be like this woke piece of garbage. But I watched the first hour of the game, and it looked cool to me. So, like, I don't, you know, and I don't listen to what other people say. You know, if my eyes tell me the game looks cool, I'm playing it. I don't care what anybody says. Like if I would have listened to, you know, I wouldn't have played Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because it was supposed to be woke, and turns out it wasn't woke at all. And I'm so happy I played Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Like one of the greatest games I've ever played, for sure. Certainly on the list of greatest games I've ever played was Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it to be good, but I wasn't expecting it to be... I'm kind of like... I mean, you know, people throw the word around a lot, but I really think, like, it was a masterpiece. It's kind of a masterpiece. Anti-woke. Yeah. I mean, you know, we'll see. Maybe it is. Maybe South of Midnight is. But I'm going to play it. And then, and, you know, I'll make my own decisions. So that's going to be the next game. Then Stalker 2. Going to go back. There were some badly written parts. Disappointed me, but the story was very good. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was great. I thought it was amazing. It was so much better than I could have expected, especially having not played the first one. I did not play Kingdom Come Deliverance. I had no idea what to expect. You know, I was like, I knew the story was going to be pretty in-depth, and I was just hoping I could play as like Robin Hood with a bow, and that was it. And it turned out to be, like I said, one of the greatest games I've ever played. So we got less than 10 minutes until marathon starts, the marathon reveal. At 5 minutes, we're going to drop the premium alerts, let everybody know that the premium content's coming. And then we're going to switch over to premium. But if you're a Rumble Premium member or if you're a subscriber to this channel on YouTube, then you're good and you don't need to worry. So yeah, next game, South of Midnight. Then we're going to finish Stalker 2. Then we're going to finish Ghost of Tsushima. And I don't know if that'll get us to May 15th, which is the Dune Awakening early access, not early access, but like they're, for the premium editions, they're giving 5 days early playtime. So it's May 15th. I don't know if South of Midnight, Stalker 2, and Ghost of Tsushima will get us there, because South of Midnight might take a day or two. Stalker 2, maybe a day or two. I don't think I'm that far away from the ending of the game. And Ghost of Tsushima, maybe 2 or 3 days. So I might have to find something to play. I really don't know. But it'll be nice to get completely caught up. So there'll be no games that I haven't completed on the channel. Yeah, KCD 2 is a great game. I mean, it's a very great game. It's an amazing game, in my opinion. Oh, yeah, you got the gold edition. I didn't. When I looked it up on Reddit, the special edition of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 didn't really come with anything that I was too interested in. Indiana Jones was a great game, yeah. I need to do a review for a review video for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and for Adam Fall. So I'll be doing those. So we got, what, a minute, 6 minutes until the marathon stream goes live, and about a minute until we'll switch over to premium. Get ready, y'all. We're about to go premium. What up, Fight Like Hell? Later, dude. All right, y'all. We are officially premium. We got 5 minutes until showtime. When I joined, there was less than 1,000 people watching, waiting for this, and now there's 6,500. You'd think there'd be more, but I mean, I think the art style for Marathon looks kind of whack, personally, but we'll see. We'll see. We're going to find out. What I have seen looks whack. Yeah, I mean, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is just what an achievement. What a great game. Like, definitely the game of the year for me so far. No question about it. I mean, you know, Indiana Jones, I guess, has to count for last year, even though it came out in December. Because Indiana Jones was amazing also. But so far this year, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 for sure. No question. Fall was great, but Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is just so... like deep, such a deep game, like holy. Like Fall reminds me a lot of BioShock. A lot of BioShock. Which BioShock is one of my favorite games of all time. And Fall fits into that mold. It doesn't quite have the wow factor that BioShock had, like when you first descend into Rapture in that bathysphere and you see like the remnants of the old city. It's one of the most memorable moments of all time for me in gaming. But Fall was very BioShock like in a good way. All the best parts of BioShock were in Fall. And I'm really excited to see what they do next. To see if they continue the story or do something else, or that would be really cool to see. That would be really, really cool. I don't know how they would accomplish it because they took the wind scale disaster in Britain was a real thing, but it just didn't become a disaster. I think they averted it. And in the game, it's like an alternate history where the disaster actually took place. So I don't know how they would go about doing Atomfall 2, but it's an amazing game and absolutely worth the money. It's really well done. Really well done. I'm at the jungly part of Indy. Yeah, Sukhothai. You're in Sukhothai, right? You must be in Sukhothai. That's the jungle. Sukhothai was big. Lots of secrets and stuff there, and the game had a lot of slowdown there. Holy. Not very well optimized. And that was on a 4090. All right, 20 seconds until we go. I'm collecting everything, yeah. Let's see. Let's see. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. Live in 55 minutes. Hold on. All right, here we go. This might just be a trailer.
All right, everyone, hello and welcome back to Bungie HQ here in beautiful Washington, where we're coming to you live with the opportunity to share a little bit of marathon gameplay with you for the very first time. My name's Andy. I work on the social media team here, and we've got an awesome show lined up for you with a little surprise at the end that you're going to want to stick around to. So make sure to go ahead and not tune out early. But no need to worry. You're not going to have to sit here and listen to me. I'm joined by some of my teammates here at Bungie to walk us through some of what we're going to be seeing today. So no time like that.
Okay.
Let's get into the show. First things first, this gentleman here to my right, to your left, is Marathon's game director, Mr. Joe Ziegler. Joe, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much. Super excited to finally show something about our game, you know? We've been a little bit silent for a while, but we're hoping you'll have a lot of fun today.
Yeah, we'll have another video in addition to one of just you in your office.
These guys are a little nervous, you
I
can
won't be talking
tell.
for like 20 minutes straight this time, I promise, yeah.
So for anyone out there that may not know you or what you do here, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself?
I work with a lot of amazing people, some of the people on this stage, a lot of people who are sort of in the audience here today. My goal is ultimately to take sort of all the ideas that we have, bring them together into a singular experience and help to deliver that experience as a single thread, so just love that.
Thank you very much for being here today, man.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. As we go on down the line, we're also joined by a man who's been instrumental in bringing the worlds of both games and film to life, our franchise art director, Mr. Joe Cross. Joe, how's it going? Joe, for anyone, obviously you've got some fans here, but for anyone out there in the audience at home that may not know you or doesn't get a chance to work with you, can you tell us just a little bit about who you are and what you do here?
Yeah, so I'm Joe Cross. I'm franchise art director of Marathon. And, my job is to sort of set the tone and the vision, the visual style of this, reimagine this IP and this amazing game. And then,
so you're who we
sure
blame.
Our world-class art team is set up for
No, I'm just kidding.
Paving the way a bit.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for
Gotta
everything.
give
I have
him a
lot
chance.
to dig into today, so thank you for being here as well.
Thank you.
As we go right on down the line, we have, without a doubt,
Look at
the
that
most important
shag
Andrew
carpet,
on this
dude.
stage here today, our gameplay director, Mr. Andrew Witz. How's it going, Witz?
Like, what the hell?
Witz, for anyone out there that may be just meeting you for the first time, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, Andrew Witz. I'm the gameplay director. What basically means is I had to work with a bunch of awesome people to set up what the survival sandbox of Marathon is going to be. So that's runners, weapons and equipment, and the combatants, the UESC. They're going to be hunting players on House Day.
UESC.
So, yeah, what up to the gameplay team? Thank you all for all your work.
And of course, last but exceptionally not least, someone who you've probably seen in Bungie Vidocs in the past, and someone who's been able to help guide design here at Bungie since Halo 3. The one, the only Senior Design Lead here, rather, the one, the only Mr. Lars Bakken.
So he's the dude who stuck around.
Thank you. Thank you.
Lars, we're back.
You could say Marathon's back.
You could.
Halo has not been the same since
I'll leave that
Bungie
to you, though.
let
Well,
it
for
go.
anyone out there in the audience who may
IMO.
not get that reference and is just meeting you for the first time, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself and what you do here?
Yeah, my name is Lars Bakken. I'm a senior design lead on the Run team. Shout out to Run team, everyone that's out there right now. A lot of fans out there.
Oh, he, him. Let's not
So
get
the
it
Run
twisted.
team is consisting of, we make the maps, so the zones that you're going into. We make the activities, so we take some of the cool stuff that Andrew's team, we remix it, we add the UESC in, we make them real difficult on purpose. And then we also have the contracts team, which are the factions, the corporations that players are sort of doing deals with because they're mercenaries. And that gets a little bit down into sort of the missions and everything. And so that's the stuff I hopefully make everyone proud with.
Well, we'll get into that here very shortly, but no, thank you all for starters all for being here. Before we get started as well, a quick reminder, do yourself a favor, make sure you've got your Bungie and your Twitch account linked to make sure you don't miss out on the Twitch drop that's going on right now. And if you also go ahead and subscribe to any channel in the Marathon directory, you can get a special little cat badge next to your name to go ahead and show everyone that you were here today. So go out there, find a streamer you haven't found before, and make sure and drop a sub out there and share the love. And also, if you have dropped your sub here on Marathon the Game, worry not, that money all goes to the Bungie Foundation, so thank you for helping us.
For
help
once,
them
I would
do
like,
some good
yeah,
there.
yeah, that would be cool.
And now we have a big show again lined up. We've got some gameplay on the way coming up very shortly. We had a chance to go ahead and work with some creators.
That would be cool to see one in a suit rather than the hats and, oh, we're just like you.
We've got something really great for you at the end.
We're just like you clothes.
But again,
like dress for success.
Gameplay.
I agree, man.
I'd love to hand the mic to you for this next part.
Yeah, so before we get started, obviously there's a lot to talk about today. We have a little bit of a taste to show you about what our game is about.
Taste?
Off, so we can put some images to what we've been talking about here. So
okay,
let's take a look.
All right, here we go. Alpha gameplay footage, creators of Halo and Destiny. Yeah, I saw that. Boom. Ooh, gotcha.
The end of all things.
I saw that at the BAFTA.
My dream. Yours. Now. Run.
Yeah, I saw that. Helldivers should have won, though. I mean, it should have won. The soundtrack is iconic. Like, it's iconic. It really is. The Helldivers 2 soundtrack, and that word gets overused a lot, but it really is iconic. The soundtrack, and it was easily the best multiplayer game. This, like, to me, this looks like so many other games, you know? Like, this looks like it's already been done, you know? But
Marathon will be releasing just later this year on September 23rd, so you'll be able to ship out to TACETMORT3M very shortly. And in addition to that, coming just later this month, on April 23rd, we're going to be running a closed alpha test that you can be a part of. Now, as a quick heads up, this is going to be focused on North America, 18 plus only. So there's going to be a big chance to play up front, but don't worry, there's going to be other opportunities to play later. So to make sure you're caught up with all the details and you're ready to go, do yourself a favor, head over to our Discord at discord.gg/marathonthegame. And of course,
discord.gg/marathonthegame.
Members of our community and moderation teams are going to be going out and looking for folks to drop codes to as well, to make sure that you can get priority access when the alpha kicks off. So go ahead and keep an eye out on your inbox. There's no exclamation point drops or anything you need to do, though I'm sure folks will do it anyway. But worry not, you've gone ahead and done yourself a favor by being here today. But let's get into it. What did we just see?
A lot of death, you know, is first what we all saw. But honestly, you saw a first glimpse of some of what's going on in Marathon, you know, our extraction shooter that we're creating over here. And it's got a little bit of everything. It's got some runners in there. It's got some weapons in there. It's got some crazy stuff happening, but yeah.
Yeah, a little taste of the weapons in there. You saw some alternate weapon actions. The flip scope is in there, so weapons are going to do more than just shoot, obviously. It's a Bungie game. We got to like really push things. Yeah, a lot of runner abilities are in there as well. The UESC, obviously a little taste of the UESC and what they're capable of. Yeah, a lot of awesome stuff.
And some fun world interactions too. Like there's that sequence where the shutters go down and then everything goes wrong for the team that's in that room. But that's, yeah.
Bungie does cool shooters very well.
Everything goes wrong with the Andy Salisbury story. Mr. Ziegler, so why are we making Marathon? Why is Bungie going into the extraction shooter space?
I mean, extraction shooters are something that are a passion of all of ours. Like we really like the idea of like, bringing this experience that we've all enjoyed, which is this kind of intense survival-based experience where you are frequently unsure of what's going to happen next, but you're on that adventurous ride of it. You know, we talk about it sort of like it's a horror story that's kind of unfolding before you.
Okay.
And testing yourself to see if you can survive it. And we really wanted to take that and sort of, I don't know, bring a lot more people into it. When you love something, you really kind of want to just, you know, attract others to it, and so you can have a bigger party with it. And so, yeah, we've been doing a lot of work to make that happen.
Yeah, no, it shows. And you know, Lars, obviously, Bungie's got a long history of shooters, but this is a new type altogether for us to dive into. From your side, what's it been like designing for all of this?
It's been fantastic. So when I started at Bungie, it was on the multiplayer team. And
for Halo 3?
I'm a competitive person in my nature. I really enjoy PvP. And so having to take that in the Marathon game and think about every single angle of every design, knowing that there will be other human beings in, around, and on the other side of it has just been fascinating and really exhilarating for myself personally, and I also know for the team.
It's been really exciting to see. And you know, obviously, you mentioned we saw a lot. We saw some runners. Mr. Witz, can you do me a favor and help introduce these 4 runners that are going to be available when the closed alpha test begins?
Yeah, for sure. We'll have 6 runners at launch, but we're focusing on the core 4 here they're going to be in the alpha. So going left to right, we have Locust. Locust is our soldier kind of fantasy, our soldier kit, all about push forward gameplay, right? The first one in, trying to get as many picks as possible, right? Against either the UESC or other players. Next we have Blackbird. It's a very reconnaissance-based kit, all about like figuring out where players and enemies are in general and punishing poor positioning. Glitch is like our agile disruptor kind of kit, all about pushing forward, disrupting enemy teams and what they're doing and getting out and kind of having that kind of cycle. Void is our stealth boy, our sneaky boy, all about throwing down smokes, going a full active camo cloak, into the darkness, getting some reses, and then taking some people by surprise. So yeah, this is our core 4. Right?
Okay.
A lot of different play styles to choose from.
So not custom characters.
Joe Cross, also, if anyone's not following Joe Cross on Twitter, do yourself
not a big fan of not being able to customize my character personally.
Recently, out there on Twitter with everyone. You know, before the show, we were talking a little bit, and I've heard this come up a lot, but you know, you guys have been working off of this concept of graphic realism. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is and what that means for the design here?
Yeah, it's one of our ingredients that we've sort of conjured up to help us define the visual world. For these runners, you know, the first thing we wanted to make sure was their visual fantasy reflected the gameplay fantasy well. And then we sort of have our you know, unique recipe of influences and inspirations for the reimagining of this world. And one of those sort of constraints we've created is this idea of graphic realism, where we kind of reduce the amount of geometry.
So soldier, recon,
we use a lot of graphic design and color.
Stealth, and I wasn't really listening to this one.
It's a tool to onboard artists who are working on the project, and then it doesn't hurt to have a world-class concept team cranking this stuff out. And that's that's sort of the origin of a lot of these designs.
Yeah. And obviously the world of Marathon has so much legacy to it as well. As a kid who grew up playing it, I know it well
Yeah,
myself.
Marathon
But,
is like
what's it been
a
like stepping
old school
into this
Bungie
world?
game, and they're
It's
like
amazing.
remaking it. This is a
for
remake, I
our
think.
geeks out there, the sort of the father of the Marathon visual world in a lot of ways is this guy Craig Mullins, who you see art represented on the left. Started out as a fan, then got incorporated into the IP officially by Bungie, and so his legacy looms super large. And we've always tried to pay attention, pay homage, make sure we were doing justice. And you can
This
see
is
here in the center,
PvP.
this is, kind of a
PvP, I
proto-runner,
think.
we developed
I
early in
think.
the process
I don't.
to make sure that
I don't know.
our sort of approach to graphic realism and style.
They said PvP,
lined up and sort of
but he
represented
didn't.
that.
I haven't heard
And then
anything
on
about
the right
PvE
here,
yet.
Sort of an evolution into one of our actual runners here, Blackbird, with a similar fantasy and composition. So I think it's working out well, and I think we're doing something new.
But we'll have to
also
see.
Sort of looking back.
It's like a 3-panel study on how to hold the spine, right? Is what you're looking at.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Yeah.
Is it a spine?
I don't know. It could be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, that said, if anyone out there in Twitch chat as well has any questions, go ahead and drop them in. We're going to try and answer as many as we can. We're going to be showing, again, a lot of stuff today. So if you've got anything that comes to mind, please feel free to throw it in there. Folks on the community team are going to be keeping an eye out. But we've obviously got a chance to go ahead and dive a little deeper. We've done some telling. Let's go ahead and do some more showing by taking a bit of a deeper dive into some more Marathon gameplay.
Good.
Let's do it.
Captured on PC. Gameplay overview. All right, come on, show me something good.
Marathon is a team-based extraction shooter set around the mysterious and cutthroat world of TACETMORT3M. You are a runner, a cybernetic mercenary who's given up their human form for a biosynthetic shell with unique abilities and stats, capable of both tactical and fast-paced combat. Here you'll fight in a crew of up to 3 players across a variety of zones and points of interest. You'll face rival runners in zones of up to 18 players, countless security forces, and otherworldly threats.
So PvE and
Scavenge the remains of a
PvP.
lost colony for glory and fortune. The environments of TACETMORT3M are filled with weapons, materials, and equipment
Yeah.
you can scavenge throughout the map. Before deploying, you'll strategically build your loadout and select a runner to ensure you're equipped for the run ahead. Your objective is simple. Get in, gather as much loot as you can, and make it out alive. Die, and all your gear will be up for grabs. Survive, and your loot can be taken into future runs as you grow in power and fill your vault. Death is inevitable, but it's never the end. Think quickly on your feet and outplay your opponents. And in your next run, you and your teammates will be the ones coming out on top. And even if you're down on your luck, factions can sponsor you with a fresh loadout, so you can get right back into the fight. Bungie brings its best-in-class first-person multiplayer action to the forefront. Dynamic and tactile gunplay, runners with unique playstyles, and customizable builds create highly dynamic and strategic team fights.
I thought the Division 2
Whether
was
you're on a
third
zero-to-hero
person
run
though.
or high rolling with powerful gear, you'll need to use your best judgment when you decide which fights to pick and how. Because no matter how geared you are, players with skill and strategy will always have the edge. Marathon is designed to be played in crews, with contextual pings, shared objectives.
The
and
graphics
down but
actually
not
look
out
kind of
to
cool.
Streamline playing with your friends. Death is not the end. And if you're the last one standing, you can overcome the
Right.
odds to revive your teammates
Extracting
and
resources
get
and all
out
that, right.
with your hard-earned loot. And if you believe your skills alone are
Yeah,
enough to
they do.
conquer
They
any
look
challenge,
cool.
we give you
They
the
look
freedom to
cool. I
opt
was
out of
wrong
the
about
crew fill
that.
to take all the glory for yourself as a solo runner. No two runs in Marathon ever play out the same. With dynamic events, variable weather, and unpredictable players, you'll have to adapt on the fly if you want to survive. Each run has a time limit, and anything can happen while you're chasing your objective.
Yeah, I agree.
Looking to unlock upgrades
It is
or
different.
increase your faction
And
reputation?
Bungie, I mean, you're not going to get much better than Bungie at constructing first-person shooters.
Search the map for rare materials and profit opportunities without being discovered. Want to push enemy teams and steal their loot? Bring in Glitch with agility implants and your strongest weapons to disrupt rival crews.
So she's
Running support
fast.
for your friends, grab extra equipment, shield charges, and a specialized backpack to be the lifeline they need.
It's
You're
unique
always
for
free to
sure.
experiment with team compositions, and the only limit to how you want to play your runner is your loot and imagination. Endgame challenges, ranked play, discovering secrets, seasonal storytelling, community events, and more all await you in Season 1, where you and your friends will start to unravel the mysteries of Tau Ceti 4. Remember, you're only ever one run away from your next big score.
Yeah. They said 5 teams of 3, so 18 players. So there's 18 players.
All right.
And you're in teams of 3, so 5 teams of 3.
All right. Let's get into breaking this down. So I think for starters, again, as we touched on before the break, Bungie has such a rich history with Marathon. Joe Cross, from your standpoint, facilitating this gameplay with your art style, again, what was it like kind of approaching this from your perspective? What were you looking to do?
Build on a legacy. The narrative of Marathon is incredibly rich and like inspirational, easy sort of inspiration for art. I also love just sort of having the keys to this car from this era, working on a game from this era. I love older games. I love the way the games look from the PS1, PS2 era. So there was a lot for us, and like I said, paying homage to some of the great sort of iconic artists of the time.
Yeah, the art style's
Also,
definitely
we had, some keen-eared folks in chat. I think it's Joey Wolffinder asked if this is Ben Starr. Yep, Ben Starr was the narrator of that piece. Excellent ear.
Great voice, right?
Yeah, super cool. Yeah,
Wonderful voice.
He's almost an Andrew Witz, but he does his best. But all right, I'm gonna put you on the spot with a tough one, Mr. Joe Ziegler.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite runner?
Ooh, controversial question. I play a variety of them, but I will say probably the one I end up playing the most is Blackbird. Yeah. Yeah, probably. Any Blackbird mains out there? I like playing Blackbird because it's a great crew runner. Like it's in terms of being able to provide a lot of information, provide a lot of support.
right.
It's
Yeah,
great,
Blackbird does the recon.
Kind of helps to counter a lot of strategies that can occur, especially ambush strategies that happen. Also to catch Void out of position if Void's trying to hide. So yeah, there's a lot of versatility to how you can play it.
Very fun, Mr. Witz. I think you and I share the same main. I got to ask as well. Who's your go-to runner?
Oh, I split my time between Locust. I'm a very push-forward kind of player.
So Locust is
as Joe
the
reminds me
soldier.
all the time, because I'm pushing too much, too
You don't
often.
even have a W key. It just goes.
I just love to go fast forward. That's right.
Yeah.
And so, like, yeah, that push-forward gameplay that Locust kind of has, right? Being like the first to try and get a pick, seeing somebody out of position, going for that pick. Also, I like to play Glitch a lot too. Again, like, I really love that disruption playstyle. I love
And
just
Glitch's
finding,
speed.
an enemy crew trying to exfil, trying to extract, and then like taking like the arm cannon and just knocking them out of like the zone, and now they're trapped with me and hopefully my teammates. Joe.
I'm scanning. I'm looking for enemies. It's good, yeah.
To that same end, actually, as you guys kind of discuss the runners, Destas in chat asks, what's the pacing targets to the gameplay? Are there any movement or traversal mechanics?
There are a lot of movement and traversal mechanics inside of the game, but it varies. Your effectiveness varies per runner.
Yeah, like everything in we're making like a survival sandbox, which means everything kind of has to have a cost.
I like the logo.
So,
That's the logo on his
if you wanna
hat.
Go fast, like if you want to go fast, like Locust has like a
Speed
super sprint,
boost?
so to speak.
Right,
like,
right,
like
right.
jets
Okay.
that kind of come on to help you sprint even faster. That causes heat.
Last
So
man
basically it's almost
standing.
like a
I think
stamina
last
system, but we
team
call it heat 'cause
standing
we're
is
these
the
awesome
objective.
mercenary cyborgs, right? Where like the body overheats.
But
and
yeah,
so,
last man
this
standing. So
character has,
like,
some mobility, but you
and
overheat
to
quite a bit.
extract.
So that's kind of the cost
I don't know.
that's
Maybe
there. And so that's what pushes us
maybe
into, like,
multiple
finding
teams can
implants that maybe,
extract.
like,
I don't know.
expand, like, how much,
It's an
like,
extraction
heat
shooter,
and also
so
give you more agility,
It-
so you can even go even
they didn't
faster,
say
right?
that like only one
there's
team
there's a
can
lot of cost
extract.
in the game in terms of
But you
when
might
we
have
place a
different
mobility
extract
thing in
points.
there,
I'm
we really
not
wanna
sure.
make sure. It's like, how does this affect the pace? And how
There
does
might
this
be
affect the
multiple
overall
extract
scale?
points.
And to be fair, we're still looking at the
Yeah,
alpha
exactly.
builds. We
Maybe
gotta balance
multiple
a lot of
extract
stuff, 'cause some stuff
locations.
is
Exactly.
Kind of
Perfect.
sketchy. Yeah.
No, it's no, we have a lot to learn. That's why we're doing this, right?
Yeah, I mean, and actually, while we're talking about kind of those finer details, Wits, I'd love to still kind of bug you a little bit. In Marathon, build crafting is a big deal. What does that mean in the world that you guys are building?
Yeah, and so like the runners are essentially like a base, right? And so each runner has, they have a bunch of implants that you can kind of find that do kind of wild things, and like as they
I
go
don't
up in
think there
rarity,
might be a
right,
ring
there's
of
lot
death.
stats, so
Oh
you
yeah,
can
like
increase
what is
resistance to
that?
certain things.
Apex?
So, like Tox is one, so you can essentially be poisoned, right, as our Tox, and so you
The
can
Ring
build
of Death is
resistances to
something
that.
Apex does,
You can
right?
increase your agility.
The game
There's,
it's Timmy
shields, obviously,
plays.
to
I
make
just
you a bit
can't
more
remember the name of
durable.
it.
We have cores. Cores are really cool.
Yeah,
They
Apex.
basically give you like extra passives. And at the base rarity, like
What
they are
up,
these kind
Blackout?
of, passive that you kind of
What
play
up, what
around.
up?
At the highest rarity, they are specific to the runner kit that you have, the runner you're playing. And what they do is they
Yeah,
really
people
automate
on
the
Rumble,
abilities
say what's
wildly,
up,
right?
say
So you can-
hello.
You know, you're doing one thing, and then you get like a chord specifically for glitch, and now you're like, oh, my double jump is a triple jump? Like, that's how much we want to kind of push that, so that gear really matters. And so builds are like completely the implants, the cores, weapons, weapon attachments. Weapons have like a pretty cool progression too. We have gold mods, which are kind of like the highest end of the attachment pool. They're essentially like exotics in our game, right? What is the exotic version of this Magnum that can do some wild stuff? So yeah, like really it's the entire package together is what.
Yeah, September 23rd, but you can join the
Exciting.
Discord.
Actually, to that same end, we got a question in chat as well from, I think, Firex is how you pronounce it. How many players?
It
are
looks
gonna be
cool.
in each map?
18, right?
Varies per map.
Yeah, it varies per map.
Oh, okay.
The footage that people have seen a lot of, Dire Marsh, we support up to 18 players.
Okay, so
Okay, all right, so going to be room for a lot of play styles. To that same end, I know we talked a little bit about Void earlier as well. Lars, can you walk us through maybe just your play style when you're approaching any of these?
so different maps can have a
yeah.
different number of players.
Let's go ahead and sell out the best
I have to
strategy.
give away my secrets. So Void is
you know,
really fun for me.
This isn't really
because
my normal kind of game.
It leans into this part of my personality that is like very devious. And so,
But we'll see. I mean, Bungie
you know, if you
has a
go
long
on
history of
run with me, I'll
making
be like, hey,
great
any claymores you see, let me
first-person
know.
shooters.
And I'm putting
So I'm
those in
sure
my
it'll feel
backpack,
really nice and
I'm
be
doing
fun.
Crazy things like, okay, so
We'll just
Void,
have to see if it
Void
has
a
legs,
prime
you know?
ability that sends out. I think you saw it in the video. It sends like a wall of smoke.
And
that
I know
sort of like your home
Destiny
base
2
when you
was
do that, it's
successful, but it
affordable.
was also very
Because
divisive.
when you go in that, you become invisible. You get automatic active camo. So I'll do things like set that up to make people believe I'm doing one thing and then do another. So a lot of subversive things. I'll go in there and I'll claymore the inside, right? If someone comes in after me, they're gonna have a very bad time. But I also do things like I'll go to a place in the zone where there's high tier loot and I'll claymore it up and then, you know, close all the doors and leave and be like, I wonder if anyone's gonna show up. And then sure enough, you know, maybe 5 minutes later I see the shield crack in the HUD and I'm like, yes, you know, I can go back and see what's going on. So yeah, that's how I like to play.
Yeah, how about you, Joe Cross? What's your go-to?
Well, if you know me, you know, I'd rather look good and lose. So I generally pick the runner with the coolest helmet, and in this lineup, I think that's clearly Blackbird. As far as my play style, I'm typically just a decoy. So
It's like, Joe, go over there.
yeah,
Go over
exactly.
there.
I am
Look
the
really
worst.
great.
Yeah, exactly. Just stand in the open
Yeah.
for a little bit.
So he's not very good.
That's the end of my run story.
Fair. Well, we want to thank you all for your collective sacrifice. We appreciate it. So actually, to that same end, obviously we do a lot of play testing here internally. Witz, I know you mentioned you've got a folder of some of your best plays, but what are some of your most memorable runs so far?
Some of my memorable runs are really when I think I'm going to be doing one thing, right? Like, okay, I'm going to do a contract. I'm going to be going here. I got to go into this room. I got to interact with this device. And I think it's like I'm safe. Like I'm kind of doing like a routine thing. I can get in and get out if I'm like smart about it and really kind of listen for what's going on. Like there's no UESC around. There's no players around. And oftentimes there's another player. Like the best moments is there's another crew that are going for the exact same thing. And there's this moment of like you're about to turn the key to get into a locked room, and then the other team is right there, and you're like, oh crap. Like, and then you're like, this is all out war in like a hallway that seems to be like a regular hallway, but now it's just like it just gets crazy. And so I think those are the peaks that happen where there's these tense moments where you're trying to do something that lead to these very quick crescendos where,
that sounds fun.
Kind of going crazy.
That sounds fun.
You make it sound like you're playing so carefully, but you're not.
Listen, the tactics are happening fast.
Okay. They're going, just processing power.
The math is going. Like it's happening.
The math is mathing.
It sounds like, runs can obviously entail a lot, but we also have a question from Sharky218. Is loot going to be just weapons, or is there going to be more for people to go after while they're out there in Tau City?
Of course, more.
There's a ton of them. Yeah, there's implants, there's cores, there's equipment. There's
grenades.
Consumables.
Let's talk about grenades.
Yeah, there's grenades.
I mean,
we have a bunch of different types of grenades in the game as well that you can loot in the world. We have valuables. We have backpacks. Yeah, attachments, weapons, materials, keys.
And there's a bunch of stuff too that we're just we call valuables, but like there's times when you're running low on money and you're like, I just need to do a valuables run right now, and I need to pick up these things and get my money, into my space bank. So.
Space bank, yeah.
That actually is a good segue from, and I'm not making this name up, Ballin' Hobo asks, what do I do with the loot when I extract? Like, why does it matter in the long run?
Yeah, there's a variety of reasons. So a lot of it was related to sort of our factions and contract system. If you want to talk a little bit about that, Lars.
Yeah, we've got this entire system we call factions. You're doing contracts, they're like missions, and you are being greeted originally by AI representative because you are a mercenary. You don't really have allegiance to anyone. They are going to pay you to do these jobs, and so they'll give you these missions to do. And as you're doing these missions, like Andrew said, sometimes you'll run into danger. But the cool thing about, I think, a lot of the faction and the contract system is like, you could complete the, download the agricultural survey from this one area on one of the zones, and you're doing the thing, and you've sort of done it. So even if you die, you've still made progress there, which I think is a really cool aspect of that feature. But then there's also this other meta layer where, as you're working with the different factions,
sounds kind of cool.
Upgrade yourself.
Sounds pretty cool.
So you can increase your heat meter, you can increase your loot speed, things like that.
Could be awesome. This could be awesome. This really could be cool.
As much loot as possible to meet the challenge of the world, right? Like essentially, different missions get harder over time, right? Which means you want to have more loot on you so you can survive longer, so just in general, be able to do fight all the different, hostile entities in the world, like get through there's a POI on a zone that's heavily fortified by UESC, and all of the different units that are there, the snipers, the assault units, you want to be able to not only withstand that and players. So there's a lot of reasons why you want to get loot.
And honestly, like a lot of the loot translates into things like upgrades, that you.
I was really interested,
there's also
in how they were gonna make that art style work. But after looking at it, it looks like it
yourself if you go on a bad run or to upgrade
looks pretty cool.
If you need anything from that space, so
Marathon.
There's a lot of reasons to get a lot of good loot out. I don't think I'm ever short of reasons to get loot out.
That just says something else about me, though. I'm just a loot goblin. So sometimes extraction shooters also can be seen as kind of hardcore and maybe tough to get into. What are some of the things that you guys are doing to make them easier to dive into?
Yeah, I think there's a couple things that we could talk about. One is we are obviously investing, besides doing a little bit more onboarding in the front end, so players can understand a little bit about what the nature of the game is.
I'm sure they have loadouts. I'm sure they have loadouts.
To make combat something that's a little bit more approachable, but also just equally as deep, and have pretty wide things, but I think Andrew could talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to make, like, this is like a Bungie shooter, right? We want to make sure it's approachable. We like nail those fantasies. Every button press feels awesome, right? And so really trying to bring that kind of like morph the Bungie action game into like in the survival space where again everything kind of costs something, right? Getting shot, like you're not going to have like a limb system where like your limb's broken or anything, but you will like guns do stopping power, right? Which they can knock you out of sprint, they can slow you down, right? Status effects are still in the game, and so if you are hit with a chem grenade, right, you're going to be toxed. You can be immobilized, right, which really slows you down. You can be overheated. There's all these things, and that pushes you into using consumables and making sure you have an answer for these things that happen. So
no, you're right. I was thinking about
of the survival game, but the approachability of the action.
I think
right?
Darktide didn't have loadouts at
In addition
first.
to that, if you
There was multiple games,
runs, right, like
or Helldivers. Helldivers still doesn't have loadouts, does it?
Kits, like it's kind of talking in the video earlier, where it's a package of gameplay
But
items,
it's coming.
like
sure, I'm sure it's coming.
Or equipment, or maybe a shield or something, or consumables. That's kind of like the floor for what we think you can be really like. You can be capable in the environment and actually like fight other players.
Yeah,
that
let's
actually are
hope.
kitted out. So you're never feeling like. The goal is that you can always clutch. Even if you find somebody who's completed kitted out in like really high-end gear, because that's your payday, right? That's like the beauty of the moment of like, oh my God, I took this player, and oh, they have the best shield in the game. Hell yeah, you know.
Yeah. Hurts. I mean, obviously, gonna be a lot of good pointers for folks at home taking notes for when they get a chance to get into the alpha. But we'd be remiss if we also didn't mention how a big part of what we do here at Bungie is working alongside our community, which is why we've also had the chance since about 2022 to work with hundreds of different creators in our community as well, to go ahead and get some of their feedback. So to those of you out there that have joined us, thank you very much for your time and your opinions. They mean a lot. But no need to listen to me talk about it. We actually just last week had a bunch of folks in here to go ahead and play test the very same alpha build that some of you will have a chance to join in on as well. So I vote I go ahead and let you tell them about it in their own words.
Okay, let's see.
You kind of feel the blood pumping.
Got him, got him, got him.
Dr. Lupo. Stinkrat.
And again, 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 and again.
This is a new world. This is a different take on an extraction shooter.
No! No, they got out!
It's game changing. It is literally game changing.
"40 creators impress, and none of them were named TACETMORT3M."
First group outside of Bungie to play test our alpha build.
Yeah. We will be the judge of that.
Look daddy up, let's go.
I would have to bring my cyborg, dude.
Okay. I am ready and up. Whatever you two are. Yes, sir. Oh, we are bringing some money in this time.
Quick read.
Or gears at risk.
Oh, you looking around?
Okay, this is cool. We get to see.
Alrighty. Bio research is right next to us. You want to do the intercept? Yeah. You just want to grab that real quick? Yeah, yeah. We can. You want to get going?
Yep, Medro.
That should be a good one.
I didn't actually. I've not been there yet.
Oh, okay. There's.
Oh, yeah.
So, for the gang, there is fall damage, and it is severe if you.
There is. I got a mob earlier that like drastically reduced it though. So there are ways to reduce it.
Dude, he needs to catch up with his
I may have
homeboys.
just exploded my kneecaps.
If you dash right before you hit the ground,
you don't take
it
saves it.
It'll break the fall, yeah. Happens to the best of us.
AI on the right. Yeah, more AI inside the little shrubbery compound over there.
Looks cool.
Sorry. Excuse me, sorry.
You good? You good?
Okay, still heading to field maintenance. Yep.
Objective updated.
Oh, I got AI over here like crazy.
Oh my god, you didn't jump up. Are we killing them or ignoring them?
AI with a snipe up above is looking at me.
I need some bits ammo. Guys, find any? There's a green punk right there.
There's 6 underneath.
Oh yeah, here I think.
Player. Down one.
I hit one, pretty sure, but I'm 1, 2.
Are those players? Those are players, I think. Yeah, those are players.
Down. That's all of them. Right. Actually, you want to do the 18D?
That's AI. I think.
Either way, I'm
fucking hard to tell, dude.
right now, so I gotta
Clear the AI outside first. They're just gonna beam us if we don't get rid of them.
Ooh, his homeboy's down.
That's a purple one.
Bro, the one that fire like 5 knees are lethal.
The Grenadiers, yeah.
Objective failed.
What do you have on your little guy?
So this is definitely has some Apex elements.
Poor guy.
Oh, mechanics kit. That's what we need, right? We're just getting just mechanical static effect.
I'm using that.
Yeah, I'm inside with them.
Yeah.
When you have the mechanics kit, it doesn't take anything. You're just good.
Like the way the healing stuff works, it reminds me of Apex.
I'm unlocking the box. Yeah, dropping in. Big ones, too.
The gunplay looks good.
They've got long shots in, too. Oh, yeah, that's gotta be. It's gotta be.
I played one shield. There's a loot up there, huge, absolute. Oh my god, I almost had realized.
Where are they?
Now I'm trying to figure out, are these humans?
Like, Cal 200.
I got one knocked. I got one knocked.
Nice.
So those are people, I think. Oh shit. Wow.
Annihilated, dude. Oh my god.
On me. I'm out of ammo.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, there's a sniper.
Freaking no! It's a Brian! Kill him, he's a fiend, dude.
I'm coming to you, Sven.
Yeah, I see him.
Don't underestimate this guy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that
This looks kind of cool, the shield stuff. That looks cool.
I think it's 1v1.
1v1, huh?
Ben, you knocked one, I knocked another.
Good stuff.
So he got his homie up. It's hard to kind of tell what's going on here.
A unit is signaling for reinforcements.
Okay, the knock I had was way over here. I don't see anybody over there yet.
He's been quiet for an awful long time. I reckon he's gone to res.
Oh, got him.
Yeah.
Tell me if they res.
That's okay. Yeah, he's holding the angle at a distance.
Sniped a sniper.
Yeah, right on me. This player. I mean, very weak up there.
Yeah, it does look fun.
I'm underneath.
It probably is going to be another extraction shooter with seasons. I mean, what else could it be, right?
Knock one. Coming. Got one left.
I take shots on the right side, like usually.
No, if they're close.
I got no tags.
PvP and PvE mixed.
There. You got eyes?
Yeah, A1.
Oh, is that him up there? Is he upstairs inside?
Yes, sorry, he was. Yeah, hear him. Or is that USAC?
No, you said we're shooting something in here. They were shooting something in here.
That's AI.
I think they kind of built a ringer group. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty.
Season
confident.
1.
God Squad.
Yeah.
I feel like we might be the God Squad.
That was good. That was a good run.
Yeah.
We got knife some AI and grab some guns.
We can go to field maintenance.
Bear key?
Yeah, loot container key. Isn't there one of those around here?
Yeah, it's right here.
Bear Kai, Bear key? One of the two.
Where did I just
Stank
see that
rat.
spot? Oh, I knifed one.
Dr. Lupo I've heard of, the rest of them I haven't. That Jesse Kazam guy looks kind of familiar. His face does, but I don't recognize his name.
Oh my god, I'm dead. Yeah.
Damn, the AI killed him.
Stop sucking him. It's a purple shield.
UESC reinforcement signal detected.
I found a purple enemy. I heavy knifed it 4 times.
So she's
and had to jump
reviving
full
him
bag into it.
by finding his
Yeah.
pack. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
So she found his pack and is able to revive him from the pack.
I don't want the
Yeah, they-
conquest. LMG. I should take it, but I don't.
It's definitely got some loot mechanics that remind me of Apex.
I'm saved. What's the question marks again? That are on the map?
Oh, I think those are the flares, right?
Huh? Like
Like
this?
the cash flares?
Yeah, I don't know.
Flares.
One is broken.
Oh.
Knocked one.
I knocked one.
Yeah, I agree. I like being able to revive them from a pack.
Glitch is moving.
It's
yeah,
more
Glitch is behind you
logical.
at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
White shield.
Oh, she's scared. She's scared.
Down. Very good.
Very, very nice. I called the purple.
So the longer you search, the more stuff that comes up.
Frickin' purple. There's a green on this
Purple shield. Who has that?
one. Me.
The big items, the big drops, the stuff that's like really high value, they're like, I have to get this out.
Doesn't matter if I'm playing Lucas or Void or Glitch.
Yeah, I could see that. So like you get some cool shit and you're like, dude, I gotta get out with this stuff.
When people find out about some of the secrets and stuff, they are going to lose their mind.
Playing so far has just been
Yeah, the
refreshing,
map
I'd like to
definitely
say.
looks smaller than Apex,
Everything
yeah.
felt really locked in.
This being sort of the next full Bungie experience is
Jeff
an exciting
Keighley.
moment.
The game is inherently fun. I just want to play more.
Looks like it's got some promise. It looks kind of cool.
All right, so obviously having those creators in was a whole lot of fun. Getting to work with both creators and players alike has been a privilege. It's been a great time getting to set that up. And of course, I promise I'm not saying this just because I work on the social media team here, but if you head over to our YouTube channel, we have a full 20-minute version of that. So youtube.com @MarathonTheGame is where to find us. Also same with all of our other socials as long as I'm at it. But Lars, obviously again, like we talked about before that video, we're familiar with working with our community really closely, but have we ever done it this early or at this scale before?
So I've been at Bungie for a while now, since the Halo 3 days, and I think the thing, even since my time, we've been really good about is working with players, working with the community. It's something we take pride in. And on this game in particular, yeah, we brought people in, players in much earlier into the process than I think we ever have before, and it's given us really good insight.
That's
You know,
smart.
we tell them when they show up, be brutally honest, because that's how we learn. That's how we understand what needs to change, what needs to get better, and I think it's been really great.
It's been a ton of fun. I mean, even again, like these folks were all here last week. You guys were in there with them. Some of you playing as well. What was it like?
Oh, it was super exciting. Yeah, I mean, like when you have a lot of there was a combination of players who we've been engaging with for a long time, and some players who were brand new, and it was great to see sort of like the mix of the both. Especially when you got to some higher level skilled players who just joined in and immediately got it and started destroying everybody, like you know, like Tens, and you know, Lupo was in there, and but yeah. Yeah, you had some pretty awesome moments, didn't you?
Yeah, so it was pretty amazing to jump in, and I'm going to throw Nick under the bus for a moment here. Like, apparently he was on the team with Brian and Jeff Keighley, and they were not having success. Y'all were like destroying them,
Clearly
the
Nick was the
creators.
problem.
And, yeah, it's probably your
I agree,
team that
Nick
was
is the
destroying them. So I was brought in as like a hired gun to help get Jeff through, and
Thank you.
I did my job.
Nice. That's kind of funny.
Mission accomplished, love it. Yeah.
So my man can play.
Which also, though, you were saying you were observing a little bit as well.
Yeah,
Not playing quite as much. What was it like? You know,
I like
from
that
your
guy.
perspective, getting to
I
see all
like
these
that
folks
guy.
jump in
He's
and
my
play
favorite
for
for
the first
sure.
time, some of them.
I mean, it was awesome. It's awesome like playing the game for so long, right? And seeing other people play the game is just a great feeling, right? For like the whole team. You get to see things that you designed for happen, and you know, in real life, right? You see people who are like being hunted by other players that take refuge by like we're a heavily fortified area, and watching the UESC equalize a little bit. Moments like that was great. There was another fight that was like it looked so fun, but also hilarious, but also like really like it was like a great time, but also really tense. There was two crews that were fighting under the dire marsh map. There's a bunch of tunnels and stuff like that, and they were fighting in the tunnels, and the fight was literally like almost 1 by 1s, like 3 and 3, like constantly moving towards each other and fighting in the hallway. The person in the front dropping meds for people in the back and changing positions, and that fight went into like little vents as well. So it was like this it was this hilarious chase that was like it was super tense because you didn't know exactly whether you were going to get third party, and they were just the volume of the room kept on going up from those two crews because they were just like, where are they going to get flanked? There's another vent right there that could pop up from there.
But
They were shooting vents just like
more
out of
niche.
just pure
Yeah.
paranoia. It was
You can
awesome.
tell that Marathon's aiming for the mainstream
obviously,
audience for sure.
And you, again, we were mentioning you got to play
I
with
never
any other
did play
creators you got to dive in with?
GTFO, but
yeah, I was on a team with Valkyrie
I got to
and
see a
Katarina,
lot of it.
and
I
we had a
almost
lot of
played
fun.
it.
There was like a couple moments where we bunkered down underneath a greenhouse in the tunnels underneath. Tunnels are dangerous and they were fun.
When I was
but
kind of
we,
looking
we
for
basically created like a little
a
claymore nest down
replacement
there, and
for
so we were
Dark
baiting them
Tide.
down into it, and yeah, it was pretty successful. I'm telling you, the claymore strats are good. Yeah. Don't sleep on claymores. They're
Pretty
good.
solid.
Yeah.
Lars is like, I know.
Yeah.
So you know, even in addition to these creators, you know, the legacy of Marathon's community goes so long goes so far rather. You know, as someone who's played a lot of Aleph 1 in the past as well myself, back on my Titanium G4 PowerBook so long ago, bringing in the Aleph 1 team was really exciting. You guys got a chance to work with them as well, isn't that right?
Yeah, I mean,
It's
it's
fun,
super
but
exciting
also
to sort
very
of connect to the
brutal and
heritage of
punishing
Marathon,
and
right?
no
Like
loot.
to keep that alive as we're sort of building this
Yeah,
new
I've heard
world. And
that.
so working with the Aleph 1 team has been really awesome with Marathon Classic on Steam. Is the release that they had, as well as the Marathon Classic 2, I think, is on Steam as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, both of those, it's like sort of.
I mean,
connecting
Dark
with those,
Tide
if
was
that makes
brutal
sense.
and punishing
Sort of remembering
with
past as
no
we're sort of
loot.
building this new, well, re-envisioning in a lot of ways of what Marathon is.
Yeah. Actually, kind of on this topic as well about the dangers of the world, we do have a question from Twitch chat. Are there dangerous PvE encounters? Obviously, you've mentioned that the UESC is out there.
The loot in Dark Tide was so bad that they eventually
But can you tell us a little bit more
just
about maybe
gave
some of those
everybody everything. Yeah, I'm surprised it's gone this long too. I didn't think it was going to go this long.
Security units that are out there. There's a bunch of different types that do different things. So watch out for them. We also have ticks, which are these wonderful, surprising, explodey fauna. Yeah, they run at you. They run at you, explode on you, and you have to shoot the nests actually to get rid of them essentially.
Look at
Otherwise
those
they'll keep
shoes
coming.
that dude's got on.
And there's a bunch of hazards and stuff that are like
His shoes match his hat and his shirt.
all kinds of
He
surprises
definitely
that
looked in
await
the mirror
players,
for a
and,
while to get that outfit
The
together.
alpha is a few, but
What's
we got
the
a lot.
scariest UESC unit to you?
The scariest
Yeah.
unit, the ghost.
Better
commander.
weapons and different
The
clothes.
Ghost
Yeah,
Commander,
I mean, to an
their
extent, but,
ability is, like,
you know,
they
Dark
go
Tide
into
didn't
active
really
camo and they
have...
actually have clone. They have a bunch of, like, clones
Their
that go
clothes
out there,
were
so
terrible.
you're not sure which one to shoot.
Only
and
rarely
then
gives you
by
a
the time
new
you
outfit. I
recognize which
see.
one is actually the real one, right? It's like it may be over for you, but that's one. The sniper, also love the sniper as well. We really want to have these full-on sniper fights that are really great against the UESC, and if you manage to really push them and they notice you're pushing, they'll punish you for that too. So, like, yeah, definitely be careful of these units. Tread carefully.
Not to be trifled with, right?
And the recruits, honestly, the recruits, they have this rush down that they do. If you're not too careful in knowing where they're going to be flanking you and rushing you down from, like, yeah, we're purposely making them these formidable foes that
Sorry.
you can't get treasure out of the world easily, and they're guarding it, and they're doing a.
I don't know why this thing is...
Ignore them either. Once they're on your set, you kind of got to figure out a way.
Yes. Exactly.
Also, too, we've got another question from, I believe, Shebsky. Can a team be composed of any number of runner types, like 3 Blackbirds, for example?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
There's no
Okay.
restriction on how
That's
you
cool.
assemble your crew. You can all play the same. You can create a meme comp if you want. Or you can diversify a little bit, you know, and sort of try to use each other's utilities. But we've seen them all. It's been really cool to see kind of the different combinations we've seen. Yeah.
But you may never know, like those 3 different like players that are playing Blackbird, they may have very different builds and what they're gearing towards in Blackbird, right? Like they may be some of them, like one of them may actually have implants that allow them to go in active camo. That's not a specific thing for a runner, so we're purposely trying to make it so that you can diversify.
I did see the shield wall comp, which is like basically 3 locusts in the playtest from last week. But yeah,
let's go. Yeah. So you know, again, obviously, it's been so much fun to hear you guys even talking about this game and the experiences you've had. You've been building a world that's really ripe for players to tell their own stories in. You know, again, with the closed alpha on the way on April 23rd, as players finally get a chance, some of them to jump
April
in.
23rd.
What are some of the
That's
stories you're most excited for them to get to dive into?
11 days away.
so many. I mean, there's so many different stories that I think are that we're looking forward to seeing happen, especially ones that we've never even seen before. But getting onto the planet, like honestly, just trying to survive amongst all of the different threats that exist there, the dying, you know. Yeah. When our trio says death, it's death. You know, there's a lot of death in the game. The learning from it, the challenging yourself, the getting back up and trying to do something new. It's gonna be exciting. I'm sure there's plenty of other things.
I'm curious, Mr. Cross. What are you expecting?
I mean, I'm had the fortune to launch Destiny and now Marathon. It's always amazing to put something out into the world that you've been working on, you know, sort of in a bubble for 6 years or something like that, and have the players experience the visual world for the first time is amazing. Introducing the IP into the world, you know, sort of beyond the game, and you know, sort of the culture it creates. Always excited to see like, what the fans tell us what the game is and what the metas are and what the IP is.
My nose is like
exchange is always amazing.
Not cooperating.
Check out the Discord. It's getting wild in there right now. Wits, how about you? Anything come to mind on your side?
I'm just really excited for the to discover the content.
Get the old man. That's me, dude.
We've been making
the
this
old
meal
man
for a
needs
bit.
a coffee.
Now it's just time to see folks play. Right?
I feel tired.
For a bit. We've been
but the old man here, yeah, this guy needs a coffee.
It's just gonna be excited to see.
He's just seen it all. This dude's seen it all. And he's been beaten down a little bit. So he's subdued. This guy's just as old as he is, but his life has been easier, so he looks younger.
I have theories.
I know you have many theories.
Yeah.
Well, chat, Discord, let us know. We'd love to hear what you guys are thinking.
Absolutely.
But that brings us to just about the conclusion of what's been a very action-packed show. So for starters, guys, thanks so much for being here today. We really appreciate it.
I mean, thank you so much, and thank you everybody out there. Like, our team is literally sitting behind these cameras here, and they're amazing. Like, you know, you should give yourselves a hand, you know, for putting together. Also, there's an immense amount of staff here that has been super gracious and kind to come and help work with us on this. So just want to make sure all of you, let's give you a hand too. You know, you've been doing an amazing job. Thank you.
That's right. So again, as we noted at the top of the show, coming up at the very, very end, we've got a very special surprise. So go ahead and do yourself a favor and stick around all the way through till the end. But again, a huge thanks, Joe Ziegler, Joe Cross, Andrew Witz, and Lars Bach. And thank you all for being here today.
Thanks,
and of course,
fellas.
Again, to echo Ziegler, thank you so much to the entire dev team here at Bungie. Thank you so much for being here today. Whether you're here with us in person or you're at home, it's your contributions that make Marathon possible. So truly, thank you. It's honestly humbling to be here today. And again, of course, the crew here, thank you all so much for all of your hard work.
All right, dude, enough
It's been
thank yous. No
incredible
more.
Seeing this stage come up so much, or so quickly rather. So
Too
thank
many
you so much.
thank yous.
It's been a gargantuan effort. That's all
Damn,
thanks
too
to your
many
efforts.
thank yous.
And most importantly, again, to all of you fine folks out there for joining us today. It's such a privilege for us to get the opportunity to share what we've been working on, and it matters most when you show up and join us. We know you have busy days, and we're thankful to be a part of it. So thank you for joining us. Here on
Damn,
this Saturday
okay, all
morning.
right, bro.
And of course, we got something fun at the end. Make sure you stick around for a little bit longer. We're going to be rating Scarrow and Mr. Raffle Waffles, Milo, out there here just after the show ends. So go ahead and tell them we said hello when you get a chance to drop into their chat. But as has become kind of a tradition here at Bungie with our streams, we've saved just one more special thing.
All right,
for you at the
sweet.
end.
One more
Now,
special
we've told
thing.
you a lot about the game so far, but we
Hope-
haven't had
hopefully
a
it's
chance to really
not a
touch on the
thank
narrative
you.
just yet. And we're really excited to build a story that's innovative in the extraction shooter space, both in and out of the game. And we'd love to show you a glimpse of that now. So we've had the opportunity to partner with Academy and Emmy Award-winning director Alberto Mielgo to go ahead and show you just a bit of a snapshot of what life is like on Tau Ceti. So we hope you enjoy, but in the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you all Starside.
I have no idea. Some director. Yeah, clap, you seals. Yeah, exactly, dude. Clap. You seals. Sly, man. A man after my own heart. You know how I think. That's why we're friends, brother. Oh. Run. Yeah, I like it. Uh-oh. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, it could be. It could be a big thing. It could. It really could. Kind of like Destiny. Could be. Depends on what they do with it. Yeah. I agree.
I met a traveler from an antique land who said, two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that it sculptor well those passions red which yet survive. Stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, lifeless thing that mocked them. And the heart that fed, and the heart that
Crisis averted is right. Yeah, ancient civilization on Mars, brother.
Welcome once again.
Believe that.
As a new shell, feeling. I mean, it feels just like what it is, right?
Ancient ruins on Mars.
Sakaguchi Genetics sent a reminder. Your shell repayment is coming up and will be charged against your line of credit.
Yeah, I know. Do you mind if we skip the formalities this time? Got a big contract waiting down there. So.
Understood. Let's proceed with your grounding exercise. Are you familiar with this item?
That's my lucky charm. Yeah. It's supposed to be my lucky charm.
I would not be surprised, Sly. What the only part I'd be surprised by is if they actually told us about it. I think they'd try to keep it from us, just like they have been for going on 100 years now.
Can you identify her?
Yeah, that's my mom. That's your mom.
Now, consider this. Do you recognize this child?
But it wouldn't surprise me at all.
It's you.
I mean, there's some evidence that, you know, I don't want to go too deep into it here and now, but I'll just say it wouldn't surprise me if there were megalithic structures on Mars. It wouldn't surprise me at all. I'd be more surprised if there wasn't. Let me put it that way.
What's that you always tune into? Worth
I know it sounds crazy, but I'd be more surprised if there was not. If it was just an empty, barren planet with nothing on it. And no evidence that a civilization had ever been there. I'd be more surprised by that.
It's not my business.
And this music is. You'll have a tough time finding a buyer.
Good. It's not for sale. Give it to me.
Ooh! I'm sure it is mostly wasted away. And I think it was big. Yeah, this trailer does look kind of good, actually. Ooh. 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 Oh, she's dead.
And on the pedestal these words appear. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remains. Nothing beside remains.
Oh!
The decay of that colossal wreck. Round the decay of that boundless and bare. The lone and level sands stretch far away.
This turned out to be pretty cool.
Do you recognize this child?
I don't know. Is that me?
All right, y'all, that was dope. I think that's it. That was dope. So on Monday, we're going to be playing South of Midnight. First day of South of Midnight on the 14th at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. And then on Tuesday, so this is a big date, on Tuesday the 15th, at 9 a.m. Yeah, Tuesday, April 15th at 9 a.m., Dune Awakening is doing another live stream showing off combat. And I'll be doing a premium stream on Rumble Premium and for all YouTube subs on April 15th at 9 a.m. to kind of show off the combat. That's going to be their live stream. Really interested in that, but I'm not really into those season games anymore. Yeah, me either. I'm not a big fan of games with seasons. I mean, I'm sure it'll be cool. I doubt I'll play it. I didn't really play Destiny very much. It's just not my kind of game. But yeah, so on the 14th, on Monday, I'll be playing South of Midnight. I'll be trying that out for the first time. And then on the 15th at 9 a.m. Pacific time, we're going to be watching a Dune Awakening live stream, and that'll be premium content for Rumble Premium and for all subs on YouTube. Other than that, I hope everybody has a great weekend. I'm going to be working on some content and a bunch of other stuff. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for hanging out and watching the Marathon Gameplay Reveal Showcase with me. I appreciate everybody being here. If you haven't already, make sure to like, share, follow, subscribe. Love y'all. Peace.